when they talk it goes really loud. Oops, okay. We'll live with it for now. Hello. So, my actual plans. How loud is that? I don't know. Okay, hopefully it's fine. My actual plans have once again failed because I downloaded, I think, 3 games yesterday that I was going to have one that was kind of grindy, you know, an FPS or a hack and slash or something that I could just talk over my subject today. So I downloaded something called 9 to 5. Turns out it's an FPS, but I thought maybe they have like bots or something, or you fight against computer generated enemies or something. But you don't. It's an actual PvP game, and I'm horrible at that. I'm horrible at aiming anyway. So instead of that, instead of mindfully talking about my subject for today, while just having some game on the background, we are just gonna have Heroes of the Storm on the background. I'm just gonna do some of the quests, tank or bruiser hero, and 2 games as a Diablo hero, so I guess we are gonna go. Well, I don't have a lot of Diablo heroes actually, so I'm just gonna be playing Diablo for a couple games at least. What was I gonna say? Yeah, because I wanted to have, you know, a different game than I usually have on the channel. I wanted to have something new to show y'all, but that didn't work out as planned. So Heroes of the Storm it is. When they talk it goes really loud. Oops, okay. My topic for today is actually going to be how we corrupt our minds. And I think it might sound a little bit ironic to some, because here I am playing a video game, you know, where you are supposed to kill people and that kind of thing, but I'm talking about something a little heavier than these kind of candy graphics video games.
So be it.
Oh my goodness.
You, demon.
I'm going
I
to
am
pull
not
back
so
for
easily
now.
deceived.
Quiet,
I'd
y'all.
destroy you if I could.
Okay. Okay. They say hectic things. I don't usually play with the sound on, but yeah. So the way you corrupt your minds with the entertainment that you use in your life. Okay. So, you know, nowadays when you call yourself a Christian, it's kind of it's almost like a flexible concept to people. But I would say that I would have considered myself a Christian for many, many years. But in my history, I also have a lot of sin, of course. I still have a lot of sin left within me, but I'm talking about some heavier things. Some heavier things in this case. Well, a lot of it for the topic of today actually has to do with. I'm trying to be careful with how I put this. Adult content, content with adult interactions. That's something that I used to do a lot, used to spend a lot of time doing, and I'm embarrassed to mention that, embarrassed to admit that, of course, but I feel like it's something that I need to add something personal to this topic, you know, so you can see why I wanted to talk about it. So there are many ways you can corrupt your mind. on this earth, and that type of adult content is one of the ways. And of course, you know, when you spend your time, sometimes even your money possibly, enjoying various kinds of, I can't catch that guy, enjoying various kinds of adult activities, um, it's it's something that gets engraved in your brain. You are creating memories, even though you think you're just watching a video or just, you know, whatever, looking at some images or something. It's something that you might easily and perhaps even unwillingly engrave into your brain. So one day, when you decide you don't want to do that kind of thing anymore, you won't do that kind of thing anymore, it's still with you. For myself personally, with me to this day, when I haven't done it for so long, and I don't I don't entertain the idea even. Trying to keep in that way as clean as possible. I don't, of course, I don't watch that kind of stuff anymore, and I don't. How can I put this in a polite manner? I don't. This makes me flustered. I don't self-entertain, if that's how I can put it. And I don't, you know, have those kind of interactions with people, and I've abstained from that wholeheartedly. But it's still, you know, it's still so engraved into my brain that I can't get away from it. So I'm just thinking, I just so wish I wouldn't have been behaving that way, and I wouldn't have been doing those things when I was. Of course, I was thinking completely differently to what I am nowadays, but for a long time, when I was still considering myself a Christian, I wasn't trying to like work on myself as a person. So I was still kind of just letting it go, letting it slide as whatever, just a thing you do because you're a human, so you have like needs and whatever. But so I was just letting it slide, and I did consider myself a Christian. And one reason why I wanted to also talk about this subject specifically is because perhaps, and probably there are Christians still out there, perhaps someone who will listen to this will hear this, who do spend their time doing things that they might corrupt their minds with. And oh my goodness, okay. So I just want to warn you. It's interesting, the human brain, really. Your memory can be so selective. And unfortunately, in my case, even though I have a bad memory, I have a surprisingly good memory of those things that I do not want to remember. So just, you know, you should be conscious, you should be wary of the things that you consume, that you let your mind consume, because you might have those things stuck with you for the rest of your life, and it's not something you want when you want to clean your mind of those sort of things. And I'm really starting to feel like I need to practice and work on my English How do you even pronounce that word? Vocabulary? Vocabulary? Because I don't have. I feel like when I'm talking, there's only so many. There are only so many words that I'm even using when I'm talking. Oh, I mean, at least it's simple to listen to. So people who also, I should have stunned that Muradin there, but yeah, at least it's easy to listen to for people who also do not have the English language as their mother tongue. So anyway, the word tongue now reminds me. Tongue, mother tongue, now reminds me. These days there are several words that when I hear them, it automatically reminds me of things that that I don't want to remember. So some words like cream, for example, it's automatically like a nasty word in my well, not nasty, but a naughty word in my mind. Words like joy, um, words like just I can't think of so many words for that right now, but when I come across certain words, my mind automatically connects them to to things that I don't want to be thinking about in that moment, and thinking about generally in my life as such a huge factor, as I feel like my mind is now making it to be, because I've corrupted my mind. So I just really want to warn you not to corrupt your mind, and to be wary of, you know, the things you spend your time doing, what you let your eyes see, what you let your mind consume. And even no matter how strong in faith you are, you might still be easily affected also by the attitude and the way of speech of those around you. If you spend a lot of time with people who swear, and with people who are open in their sexuality, then you pick up on those things quite easily as well. And if you do, for a reason or another, still wish to spend time with those people, and still, withstand that kind of language and that kind of behavior, then just perhaps some kind of purification whenever you have been in that company would be good. It would be good to read the Bible, pray, do all these kinds of things that you can to get your mind focused back onto Christ. The music isn't bad actually. I never play with the sound on for some reason. Where I rarely play with the sound on, even more rarely do I play with the speech and the sound on. So I don't think I've ever heard or ever really listened to the music in Heroes of the Storm. It's not bad. I hope it's not copyrighted in any way. I don't think it can be, since it's in a video game. Can it be? I'm not sure. Fingers crossed that it's not. Which brings me to... Well, this might be a topic for another video actually. But sayings that people use? Like fingers crossed? That's a Christian saying originally. Just something to think about. But yeah, um, what's that? How do you say TLDR? Be careful with the content that you enjoy and be careful with the people you spend time around as to not start begin mirroring those behaviors and as to not corrupt your mind in the way that you can't even get some things out of your head. No matter how much you wanted to, you can't get those things out of your head. They're just there forever. Stuck forever in your mind, so even if you think, well, it's fine, I can just, for example, keep watching this adult stuff now. And it's not like I'm gonna be thinking about it when I'm older and whatever. You can't make that choice. You can't choose to remember it. You can't choose to not remember it. So, just keep that in mind. Always keep that in mind. And if you do, because I know there are people who are even addicted to entertaining themselves and addicted to, the general topic. If you do feel like you absolutely have to, maybe just always try your best to put Jesus first and talk to Jesus first and keep God in your everyday life, in your everyday, whatever you do. Try to do it through Him, through God, and hand in hand with Jesus. Anyway, thank you for watching. Fingers crossed that I can upload this video with the music. Thank you for watching. God bless and bye.